I have one knee in the middle, both of his legs are around my body, and I have a collar grip, okay? First thing, my knee is connected to my elbow. If my hand is so far in here that my elbow's extended, he could probably go for just a really quick arm bar or something like that. I'm very threatened here, even though I have this knee in the middle. So I still have my knee shallow. Now what I'm looking to do is force him into a quarter guard with a hand in the collar. So this is what it looks like here. Lock your leg. Okay, so what I did is, first job, stuff one leg between my legs. I'm just taking the time to get this between. And now I'm forcing him to one side, but I'm keeping his legs open. Like core knee cut concept. Okay, I don't want to end up on the knee shield. So I don't want to go to this side and ignore his leg turning in and end up here. He's going to push me away. I also don't want this knee facing up. I want it flat on the ground. Because if I keep my knee in the middle, not only will this knee shield get in my way, or even if it doesn't, I can't get over this effectively, okay? I need this leg to the ground. Notice how my weight pins right at the end of the lever. And I also need my body to lean into his top leg and take this space until I can post above his head and just leave my ankle behind. And now he's forced to just lock on my leg to retain his guard, okay? Now, once I'm here, I end up in this like a knee cut situation where he can't push me away. I'm leaning high over his body, and I can start to threaten chokes and things like that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is move his body. He's probably gonna be on his side, yes. I'm gonna put him flat on his back so I can get a deeper collar grip that's actually threatening to choke. So watch how I bring my free leg close, and I take my knee cut leg and I put it in the middle of his body and I roll him flat. My front leg is in front of his thigh. Try to bring this leg back in. I'm kind of crowding this. And now I have the space to go around the corner of his neck until my wrist bends. I'm sorry, Matt. Look at, I can use my free hand to help. Going around the corner until my wrist just bends behind the nape of his neck. My forearm is flat against his chest. And then I drop my knee back down so he can face me, and I have like the perfect choking grip underneath. Look, I start with kind of like a grip, but it's not chokeable. Once I get here, the main primary choke you're going to be working with is just grabbing this material right here behind his neck. I don't bother putting the thumb in. I just grab this extra material. I bring it down, and he's probably tucking his chin. So I sandwich his head between my forearms. I'm just locking down on his jaw. Open his jaw, sorry. And then I drop underneath before he can close his jaw again. Now, my wrists are kind of like this. I'm going to straighten my wrist so my wrist goes into his neck. So I'm not scissoring. I'm not trying to like tourniquet his head off. I'm just taking this shape and I'm straightening it so that this part of my wrist goes right in the carotid. The second part is laying my body weight on this forearm. That's the second part of this choke. So as I open, I drop, my bottom wrist is straightening, and I'm letting my body weight come forward and lay on the top arm. So that way I don't have to squeeze with all my might. I'm just doing a flick of the wrist and just letting my body weight relax on his body, okay? Step over the leg. Pin his bottom knee and crowd his top knee. Look at how my arm is already in front. As I'm putting my knee in place, try to put your knee shield in. I'm like leaning against it, right? Yep. And then I post above his head. I post here just because if he tries to shoulder escape, there's a little barrier here. So he's kind of trapped here. Now I put him flat. Hand goes around the corner of the neck. Boom. Knee goes back down. Now, I grab this material right here. No thumb. Or you can use the thumb sometimes too. Sandwiching. I'm like vice gripping his head and opening it and then dropping back in. Big pressure, open, drop. Flicking my bottom wrist, landing on my top wrist. Just like that, okay? Does that make sense? What are your questions, guys? Yes?
Your right hand grip, if you can get a deep grip on the lapel, you still go knee on belly?
Say that one more time.
So on your right grip, before you adjust,
Yes, absolutely. But what I find is once you get here and you get past his leg, they turn on their side automatically because they want to try to bring this arm in and try to like pummel an underhook. And it's just good practice for the bottom half guard player to turn in to try to fight you from half guard if they don't have the knee shield. So if you don't already have a deep grip, it's very difficult to get an appropriate grip when he's already on his side. So you can flare your elbow into his shoulder to try to feed it, but it's really the act of putting him flat and then having access to this that's going to give you that grip that's actually you're going to be able to rely on it once you start choking him. Yeah. Plus, if you go knee up the middle, it's such a it's like knee on belly, but you haven't passed guard. It's like a little cheat pressure position. You could stay there a long time, you know? Okay. What are your other questions? Okay. I'm sorry for, question? Yes.
Do you think if the grip was too low, you could hit a loop choke from there?
From this spot, it might be hard. I feel like the loop choke would be more appropriate on this side. With the bottom arm, it kind of puts you in an awkward position. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but there's easier chokes that don't sacrifice position. So, question? Yes. Swept over. I don't feel super vulnerable from here. Go flat to your back, Matt. My weight is very settled, okay? I feel like I can lean my weight one way or the other. I don't feel very threatened for the sweep. If I felt him starting to grab my arm or anything like that, he doesn't have much driving force. His bridge is loaded completely with my body weight. It's gonna be really hard for me, especially when at any time, look how spread out I am here. I can post my hand. I can drop my knee back on this side whenever I want. Yeah, he might try, but that's a ton of energy expenditure. And if it doesn't work, he's probably not gonna try very well again, you know? Yes.
See that knee pressure one more time?
Yeah, anybody else need to see it a couple dozen more times? Let's try it, guys. 1, 2, 3.